Thanks for joining us tonight. One person is dead after an officer-involved shooting stunned a Superior neighborhood last night. The Wisconsin DOJ is now investigating. It happened just before 10 p.m. on Oaks Avenue, and that's where we find Northern News Now's Kyrie Johnson live from the scene tonight. Kyrie, what have you been hearing from people out there?
Yeah, Laura, it's a quiet scene here today. As you can see, that large police presence is no longer here. But neighbors say that last night it was chaos outside of their homes, and now they're left with a lot of questions, only knowing that someone has died.
This was the scene around 9:45 last night. Police cars line the 1700 block of Oaks Avenue. Investigators say a Superior officer found a wanted person there with two others. As the officer approached, one person ran, a struggle followed, and the officer fired, hitting that person. I spoke to a nearby resident at the Northern Air Apartments. He tells me he watched much of what happened from his window.
Saw everything, just like all the lights and cops running around. I live on the backside. We heard some screaming and whatnot, and didn't hear no shot, but yeah, all the commotion from the cops.
Investigators say a gun was recovered, but they haven't said who it belonged to or if it was fired. The person who was shot was pronounced dead at the scene despite life-saving efforts, leaving neighbors shaken and concerned.
You know, all the shootings and stuff down in Minneapolis, and I come home and it happens in my backyard.
By this morning, the flashing lights were gone, but the aftermath wasn't. Lance says he was left to deal with the mess outside his home.
The cops just left a mess, like blood everywhere. The medical stuff, bandages and whatnot. You would think they would have hazmat come in and take care of blood. It's biohazardous.
Investigators stayed on scene overnight after the officer was taken to the hospital. The DOJ says the officer had a body camera and is on paid administrative leave. DCI is investigating and will send its report to the Douglas County DA. But neighbors say they're still uneasy.
I don't know. I would just suggest people just be vigilant and be careful. It's crazy times we're living in, and you can get shot over stuff.
Saying that they wouldn't be releasing any more information until the state finishes its investigation. Live in Superior, Kyrie Johnson, Northern News Now.
Kyrie, thank you. Now, this is the second officer-involved shooting in Superior in the last 4 months.